Hello everybody and welcome back to this final game for the final of the World Championship 2023. I'm the Fat Hobbit and today I'm also joined by Vanali of the International Discord server. Welcome.
Okay. And yes,
Alright, so I think that they're just waiting me to give them the way. Okay, I will confirm them that they can start. And there we go. I think we will see the start very soon of this final game. I'm quite interested to see what's going to be the strategy from both players regarding the token. And yeah, I think
yeah,
maybe,
we'll see how far it goes.
I think we also have seen
Mhm.
some crazy token biddings in this World Championship. So who knows? Maybe also today.
The mole has bid one. That's
Yeah, that's not very
not
tempting.
much.
Let's see how CircleDakkon will apply, but I would expect at least 2 or 3 tokens. Okay, 2 back.
Too bad. Hmm.
Ah,
Looks like Mole has accepted two tokens,
wow.
so
Yeah, that's interesting. He actually told me that he would have done an interesting. I mean, per se, is not a very interesting choice. It's quite common, but knowing Mole, it's a little bit interesting because he likes to
yeah.
pump the numbers when it comes to tokens. But he told me recently that he would have done something kind of unexpected for the final. So maybe it's unexpected move is to be kind of expected. I don't know, maybe something like that. Okay, so 3 people we see Kirdan's ships, very good card, and one of the hands card, Nameless Wood, for the combat effect.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see this first roll. One eye allocated. Oh my god.
Oh, and three more rolled. Wow.
Yeah, one of those games, huh?
But against no movement from the three people, so
One of those games and no movement for the 3 people. Damn. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and we see already like that? Okay, that surprises me a little
I
bit.
think the goal might have been to get a playable card for Gandalf, since neither Kirdans or Ents are playable.
Yeah, at the same time, it's still like a token, and still like, especially
Yeah.
when you have priority, because in this round, it's one of those few rounds where the 3 people has uh, more action than the shadow player. But okay. Um, Yeah, and as a second move, we see classic army moves from Edoras to Western Net and Karok to Old Forest Road from the 3 people player. Um,
Isengard.
Isengard towards war, yes. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's the only thing you can do right now as the Shadow player. Try to bring in Saruman, hope for the best next round.
Looks like they might be about to play Thorand. Yep,
Yeah,
Thranduil. Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a little bit of this. It's not the best to reveal such an information to your opponent so early, but at least you get to draw 2 cards, so that's good.
Yeah. And Guards of the Citadel, Fear Fire Foes.
Yeah,
Uh,
Saruman in play, and now, okay, you still move armies, which I could respect. You still have a political token to advance elves if it's needed, and you reinforce Force of Eisen and you defend Erebor. Sometimes, but very rarely, I like to bring regulars from Pelagi to Lamedon in order to go to Dolamrov in a second moment, but since you drew into Kirdan's ships, I guess it doesn't make any difference, so you're good to go.
Another move that I've seen played is going from North Downs to Ettenmoors.
Oh yeah, 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 as well. Which is quite flexible because you could go potentially in the future for a three people military victory attempt, going for Angmar, or if the north is at war, you can defend Rivendell. I mean, you
And
still need two
then
extra movements, but
it's like guard the route and CircleDakkon's thinking on their other move.
yeah. Again, it's a pity we cannot see the shadow player's end, but I mean, a very common move is going from Firerad to Nirarad, or maybe you want to go from Dol Guldur towards anywhere you want to go, which could be Lorien or Uline. But yeah, I don't know.
You could also bring the North Dunland unit into Moria if they picked up one of the Devilry of Orthancs.
Sorry, come again?
You could also bring North Dunland into Moria if you had one of the
Oh,
Devilry of Orthancs.
yeah, 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 exactly. That's also another good. Exactly, exactly. Specifically for that. That's a very good move as well. Yeah. Normally, CircleDakkon is a slow player, and which is perfectly fine. And I can only expect him tonight to take his sweet time because, like, I think he deserves so. Like, it's the final game, so you
Then
want to be careful about everything. So we saw the last
Southampton.
movement outside from Dol Guldur, and now, yeah, first movement it's a one reveal, and Gandalf is gone, which is a little bit painful. But since Saruman is already out, kind of makes sense as well.
We press on to turn 2. Mole picks up Scouts and House of the Stewarts. Uh, Scouts is going to be nice, but doesn't look as urgent
Well,
because Shadow might still be going for Gon. Might be
these,
going for either Gondor or Dew, but neither of those is urgent. Mole did get their will, so they
yeah,
can get Gandalf. Question is if they go to Fangorn or if they go to Grey Havens and try to play Fearfire Foes.
yeah. I think you can wait until the end of the turn to take that decision. There is no rush. But then at the
Yeah.
same time, yeah, I think it's
Fighting with Strider, so that looks like a commitment to
sprint.
Fangorn or doing Grey Havens last.
Also, not a particularly military focused role for the shadow player for the second round as well. So 2 rounds in a row, not very efficient on the military side.
Unless they use that ring. So even if they use that ring, there's no way that Shadow's getting the Witch King this turn without Mole cooperating, so
Yeah.
So what would you do with that second muster?
For the shadow player, well,
Yeah.
since you wait, okay, this is it depends.
Yeah.
If you want to
No.
accelerate for the
Yeah,
shot,
there's no way you can get the Witch King.
yeah.
Sauron to war probably for the first muster.
I mean,
Then the question becomes,
there is a slight possibility you can get the Witch King, but okay, now it's gone because it could have been that that card that he just played was, for example, the ring rates are abroad. So there was a slight
yeah,
chance you could do that, but yeah, okay, not even possible. So,
yeah.
um, and he goes directly for.
Oh,
Okay. Ah, okay, change his mind.
yeah.
First movement. I think maybe you don't want flux now, you want flux on your second movement, potentially. Ah, okay, no, going for
No
now.
flux now.
Okay, I was expecting on the movement for Moria. It's a 6.
Oh, and that gets a 2R.
Okay, that's
That's
painful. That's painful.
and Mole goes straight to the randoms.
Wow, okay.
Oh,
And it's Strider. This, oh
oh,
my
and a
god.
Strider. Oh.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to say that it looked to me a little bit not worth it, trying to go for a random already, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I think he did think killing Gandalf, sure, but I would think that you wouldn't want to go straight to a random,
Yeah,
especially. Come on. Now,
and he's going for Holland, by the way,
yeah, that's
which,
now if you move that North Dunland unit, do you send them to Moria or do you put a reroll on?
given the situation, as the shadow player, since my military approach didn't start so like it wasn't the fastest in the first two
Yeah.
rounds, and since the fellowship took quite the damage, I would put a reroll on the
Yeah,
fell.
I'd agree. But let's see what CircleDakkon does.
Also, at this point, talking about the appearance of Gandalf the White, I would kind of expect it going for Fangorn because Fear 5 Force is such a sweet card, but the Shadow player is just
Yeah.
too far away from the dual line.
Plus, that would
Unless,
also allow the Witch King. So,
yeah, but I will say that if, given the situation, you want to go for a military victory, free people military victory approach, maybe could make sense to spawn Gandalf the
yes.
White in the Grey Heavens, even though it's always a double-edged sword because then it's very far away from the action, so tough. I don't know.
CircleDakkon, put on the reroll, but then plays Shadows on the Misty Mountains.
Yeah.
And then comes Gandalf to Vanguard.
Yeah,
Well, I don't think we're going to see Fearfire foes bringing the North to war unless
it could
the
still
next move
be.
hits a Hobbit.
It could still be
Yeah,
if he decides to separate his companion or if he's taking a Hobbit into.
yeah,
Yeah, in that
yeah,
case, yes.
yeah. If Mole can separate its companions, or if they move, hit a random, and it's a Hobbit. And then to Minas Morgul. So CircleDakkon looks to be going for Gondor first.
Yeah.
And oh, and Book of Mizarble
Oh, wow.
now.
Okay, well.
That
Oh, God.
yeah, maybe maybe you should have gone for Grey Havens, but you
What is discarding already?
that was there and back again. That Mole just chucked.
Okay.
Which then what's the other card you throw out here? Running out.
Is he thinking Book of Sagbul?
And they got rid of Book of Mizarble.
Oh, God. Okay.
So
Well, definitely is not thinking any kind of
they plan
plan
on.
B military strategy. Because,
Does look like they plan on separating Boromir though, or they're
yeah, I wonder
just
why
worried
they.
about One with Sorrow and Toil.
Good point. Yeah, I wonder why they kept that card. instead of, just for the combat effect, just an advantageous position. I think it's much better. But right. Oh,
And CircleDakkon looks to be going more in
oh
corruption.
God.
4 eyes again.
Oh God.
2 allocated, 2 rolled.
Oh no.
And 1 movement.
This is big trouble for the Fellowship. I mean, yeah. I mean, I understand the 2 highs. Even though, yeah, I mean, just,
Moves down Gondor.
yeah. Gondor. Huh. Yeah, I could have thought also maybe using that master to maybe, I don't know, maybe not the elves, but I know it sounds crazy, but maybe Rohan? Because for Gondor you have, or maybe the elves as well. I don't know, it's a tough choice. Because you already have Kiran's ship and Guards of the Citadel. So potentially you are kind of set for Gondor. I
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. This is it's already quite a tricky as a situation. So, I never thought I could have said something like that, but maybe also thinking Rohan as a master option was not that crazy. But yeah, what do you think?
They look to be putting rerolls on. And they moved the Nazgul from Minas Morgul. Trusting. Think their plan is to just attack Lorien a couple times and use that to get the Witch King. I would have been tempted to maybe march out, attack Osgiliath, and get Minas Tirith under siege. And then use my last die to get the Witch King in, but
But I also kind of understand the CircleDakkon approach. Oh, okay,
yeah.
Guards of the Citadel is out anyway.
There's a Citadel now, so
Which makes sense. You also want to play some of the strategy cards you have in hand before going on
yep.
over the limit. But regarding the Gondor situation that you just described, I agree with you. But then at the same time, if you are indeed going for Lorien, Rohan, and Gondor as a strategy for the Shadow player, you kind of want, generally speaking, wait to have all the armies ready to take it quite quickly, talking about Gondor. So
Yeah.
I can also understand why he wants to take his time, maybe also to bring the Southron and Easterling towards war. And there are good chances also that you can take right away Lorien.
Yeah, it
The
depends on what cards the Shadow player has. That's that's a 13 hit point, and CircleDakkon's putting it under siege.
yeah,
That's a 13 hit point army on Lorien, so by expected values, it should win. Even if it should win. And then we know that Mole doesn't have Celeborn, so
and let's drawing a strategy card into Faramis Rangers. Yep. Also, to defend your point, it makes sense also attacking Gondor before sieging or attacking Elven strongholds
Lure.
because you avoid Kiran's ships. But
Relentless Assault against Shield Wall.
yeah,
Uh, see how many hits CircleDakkon takes.
I can definitely
They
expect
do
two
have
hits.
3 excess hit points above double, so
Yeah, I could
they
definitely expect.
can afford to take 2.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hits, but
no
against
hits.
and no hits.
What?
Ah,
Okay. Only one?
one hit that would have been
That could have been
3
a
minus
free.
1 with if they had taken 2 hits, and then 2 back from the free peoples.
Yes. I guess CircleDakkon must have
And then
a very good remaining strategy card for taking this decision. Let's see.
no Isengard unit, so it's not going to be Devil Ray or Thank. No
Aggressed.
card.
No card, okay. And Shield Wall,
Two,
which is.
oh, and 2 sixes. Perfect shield wall.
Yeah, I was going to say sounds a little bit wasted, but then I was proved wrong quite quickly because the 2/6 is rolled by the Shadow player.
And
Okay.
CircleDakkon presses again.
Okay, even if you have very good cards, it makes sense.
No
But
card again from CircleDakkon. So
yeah, I mean, you can extend the siege for a long time if you have a lot of elites and just do the six, do the
then
jobs. Yeah,
2 sixes. Looks like Lorien is going to be going down in. Looks like Lorien might be going down in 1 die.
yeah. I just also wanted to point out the funny comment from Darth Bidaman before that he said,
Yeah.
Flock's killing Strider is definitely the best use of it I've ever seen, which I think we agree on that.
Yeah. That was a 156, so it would
Oh
have
god, no six, huh?
been a hit anyway.
One hit
Oh,
back.
and no hits from CircleDakkon,
Yeah,
so
but one back, and no Witch King.
yeah.
Which, okay, oh my god, movement 1/6, ay ay ay. Reveal into Moria.
1 reveal into Moria.
Uh, this doesn't look good. Opt for an eye or a 0 reveal, or a 1, any one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And 2 on Moria, and they're taking the guide. Since
Gimli the guide.
uh, guide Gimli.
What is he planning to do with Boromir, indeed? He has kept House of the Stewards, is keeping him in the Fellowship, not as the guide. I don't know if there is a bigger plan involving Boromir or if
Could
it's
be
just chance.
could be a plan to separate Boromir, but I don't think that's the greatest idea after losing Strider, since you're not also getting your 6th die.
Indeed.
Uh, the other plan could be that since CircleDakkon looks to be going, or at least earlier this turn was looking to be going for more corruption, could be there in case to be a card to discard for Worn with Sorrow and Toil.
That's also an option that I didn't consider. But I mean, okay, like you have hands, which is a good card, but if it's discarded, it's not like the end of the world.
Yeah.
Advantageous position is kind of very, it's kind of flexible. Like, I don't know. But yeah, valid point regarding one with Soy and Toll. But still not 100% sure.
You know what CircleDakkon is debating between on that muster, and they are recruiting Nazgul, it looks like.
Okay. Which It's not crazy, I would say, but I think you can wait for that. I don't know. Mm. Okay, and a regular into
Then regular and will door to block
yeah,
some shenanigans.
right. Which I would start to be suspicious about as the shadow player because it looks very daunting for the fellowship.
CircleDakkon isn't killing the die yet, though, so they might be debating doing something else.
Yeah, I wonder if they're maybe thinking because okay, what can possibly do the three people player with the remaining action token and action die? I mean, you can bring elves to war and maybe you can use that army to move them outside of Woodrun Realm and Rivendell to maybe
Oh, they're
threaten.
using a ring to hide.
Yeah. Oh wow, a ring to hide? Okay.
Yeah. Which is surprising. Do they think Shadow? I mean, I suppose breaking wouldn't be. Getting hit with breaking wouldn't be great. Morgul Wound for 2 wouldn't be great either. But the odds of Shadow. But you can also just hide first die next turn, so.
Yeah, I don't understand this move. Three eyes. Yes, like we're just
You're
going full
afraid of a tile
corruption.
drawing card revealing you again into Moria, says Galahad. That is. Yeah, that is also.
Can
Yeah,
you?
that's also a.
Okay.
Yeah, since they're in Moria, they want to get out as soon as possible.
Yeah, no, that I understand completely. But definitely you don't want to move more this round. Like you want to stop now.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah, CircleDakkon allocated 3 eyes also, which is
I agree with
certainly something.
Galad is pointing out that Maul hid trying to avoid potentially as the first action of the shadow player in this round Isildur's Bane or Patrol of Foul Thing, which I understand. But then again, in a situation like
Not
this,
that like it's definitely a possibility, but it's not.
and,
It's definitely more likely not to be revealed.
and also especially in a situation where like the Fellowship is kind of drowning or like there is no air for to breathe for the Fellowship, and if you're also giving away your rings like that, uh, not also you are taking out options for your free people military victory attempts, which are very rare and in my opinion they don't work so well. But you're taking that
Mole moves this.
oh, two hits
Mole
and
moved
it's
a
an eye.
second time
Oh
to
god,
RI,
why did he move a second time? I don't understand.
and then another Moria tile too.
Maybe it's just going all in
Mhm.
because he can see that the shadow player is playing like is keeping an eye also on the defense of his shadow strongholds, and
Okay.
I don't know.
Getting an eye on the Moria tile must feel good,
Yeah, that's a relief at least. But
but then
you're left with Boromir and two hobbits in Path Celebrant, and you're still five. Oh god. Okay, breaking of the
when
fellowship
breaking.
for a one.
With
Okay, well, this
yeah,
is
you're
an hobbit on Path
okay, out
Celebrant.
comes a hobbit.
Yeah, I think you could have waited for that as the shadow player. Not that it makes too much of a difference, but it makes sense to play it now because many of the eyes have been drawn.
Yeah.
Um,
There's only one eye left in the pool now.
yeah. So we are indeed finishing Lorien, potentially.
Yep.
Will we see
And
Great
then
Ost? No.
then probably that muster's gonna be the Witch King
Yeah.
from CircleDakkon, and then playing some card.
And also by giving the rings to the shadow player, uh, like there are those roles, there are those turns where the shadow player just doesn't roll anything for the defense, and the three people
Oh,
can attempt that. Okay, is rethinking about it. I wonder why.
CircleDakkon is reconsidering.
I wonder why. Is he afraid from three people need?
Olokai?
Okay,
Okay, just
sure,
trying to
sure.
get more certain on Lorian.
Why not? I was saying that if you give rings also to the shadow player at this point, he has also flexibility to defend himself. Okay, also those rounds where the shadow player would roll terribly, now they're covered also by the rings. So, yeah, I don't know, tough. And
Oh,
that,
looks like there might be playing. Okay, there might be choosing the muster instead. And Rohan goes down.
I mean, yeah, I mean, elves are going to get to war with the next attack. Gondor is next to go to war. You
And
could
then the dew
bring.
line doesn't look at threat, so.
Yeah, but again, it's tough. Maybe you want to consider to bring the North to war or the. I don't know, it's very tough decision because I think you want to prepare a plan B. Oh god, okay, choose sixes. Okay, Logan is gone.
Yeah,
Choose first.
Lorian's dead.
Choose first military victory points for the Shadow. But yeah, I don't know.
What do you do with that Palantir, though? Oh,
Apparently,
and they
it's
pick up a
just
character card. And looks like Mole finally is ditching House of the Stewards.
yeah.
I don't get what the plan was with not getting rid of it earlier.
I don't understand that move. To be fair,
Oh, and they might be getting rid of Ents instead.
why? Why you want to keep House of? Is there something that we're clearly
Or
missing
help
about House
unlooked
of the
for.
Stewards? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Mole ditches help unlooked for.
yeah,
Which,
I'm not the biggest fan of that card to be fair. So
yeah. No
it's
Quarter's a nice card, though. And,
offensively yes, but okay.
yep, out comes the Witch King.
And I can expect it to appear in the North Ithilien because I would expect the next target for Shadow to be Minas Tirith because you also take out the second healing point for the free for the fellowship. You already taken out Lorien. If you take out also Minas Tirith, there's no way the fellowship is gonna heal unless like very weird and long movements. But
Yeah. CircleDakkon is, and it goes into North Ithilien. I wonder what the other place they were considering was.
well, I think there are not many choices. Probably Lorien as well. And we go into the fifth
Challenge of the
round.
King and Kindred of Glorfindel.
Kind of painful.
They ditched.
Why are you keeping House of the
Challenge of the
Stewards?
King. Makes sense. Strider's gone, and then they ditched Kindred of Glorfindel.
I don't know why they're keeping House of the Stewards, to be
Why
fair.
does why
I don't
does
get it.
if anybody can mention in the chat if anybody has any theories on why House of the Stewards is
Yeah,
kicking
by
around.
the way, also any kind of thoughts that you want to share with us, guys, you're free to do so. We're gonna read the comments. Not constantly, but from time to time.
Yeah, healing in Minas Tirith, but then you'd be giving up 2 HP for separating Boromir.
Yeah.
which
Yeah, Gala doesn't have too much of a clue regarding. Um,
yeah, I agree with Galahad that I think since Fellowship has 3 more steps to go until Minas Tirith, and you are going to want to take things more slowly.
yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to reach Minas Tirith in time.
Ah, by the way, yes, they cannot allocate three eyes because
They
there are only
cannot
two
allocate
companions.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good point. So only two. Oh well, here wait. One extra
And then
eye
they rolled
is
an eye
rolled.
anyway, so.
Yeah, yeah.
And Mole rolls lots of movement. So they. And a 3 first, so.
Oh
Gollum in
God,
a.
my God, this is
Yeah, we're already
painful.
down to Gollum. And Pippin's going to Fangorn, so. Looks like we might be sending Gandalf to go to Minas Tirith with We Prove the Swifter.
I could have,
But
I could have also considered maybe, but okay, it makes sense to go to Fangorn because another possibility was going for Jordan Forest for Pippin, but then you have to move it inside the Minas Tirith, which doesn't happen that often unless you're using a card, which could be, but you can also do it from Fangorn then
yeah,
with we prove
you
this.
do have We Prove the Swifter,
Yeah,
so
yeah, you can
they could
consider that.
also bring in both Gandalf and Pippin. And then they could, and then House of the Stewards wouldn't actually be that bad. It's a daylight.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder if they were thinking about that, but I found that strange because they have been keeping that card for like the 3 last rounds, I think, to remember. And
They were keep. I mean, they kept it even while the Fellowship was in Holland. So
yeah, so don't know.
maybe the original plan was to send Aragorn and Boromir down.
The Fellowship is in Path Celebrant with one movement, 4 steps to get to Mordor, and you're only left with Gollum and 1 point of corruption. And okay, most of the tiles now will be nicer because you have Gollum, but painful. So
Yeah,
painful. And the Shadow player is doing an excellent job to put in the pressure on the Fellowship while keeping his military plan in head. Going towards Rohan. So,
least at least all the healing cards are still out there, and 3 of the blue tiles. So there is at least some hope for the free peoples.
yeah, I mean, there is always hope, but it's
Yeah.
at this point it looks tough.
There is. I think there's 1 eye left in the hunt
Yeah.
pool.
Hmm.
Since there were 2 when they left Moria, and then the third eye was. And yeah, all of the tile drawing cards besides breaking are still out.
Yeah, I mean, Galat is right. It's not like also the okay, except playing Flocks of Cribane and putting extra eyes in the hunt pool. It's not like many hunting cards, let's call them that way, or corruption cards have been played already. So okay, breaking of the Fellowship is gone,
Asgil-
but
Asgiliath. CircleDakkon choose a character card. Is Mole going to use their scouts here?
yeah, and just
Yeah,
I guess the shadow player is just cycling the bad character cards at this point.
Yeah.
Scouts. I don't think it's worth it. Maybe I don't know.
Uh,
But if you're not playing it now, where are you playing it? So maybe,
maybe in Fords eventually, but
but a character
at that
card.
point you might just have picked up another scouts.
Yeah,
And does look like Mole's going for scouts.
Let's see. Yeah, exactly.
No card.
No card. I mean, I
And
don't
it's
blame
Worm
him for
Tongue.
that, but okay, true, it's yeah, sure. Nothing back.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan from Galahad and 2 6s rolled by CircleDakkon. So,
This looks painful. Oh my god. Oh, poor Marco. This looks painful.
if
By the way,
CircleDakkon
by the way,
can get,
by
yeah,
the
if they used it, CircleDakkon can get Dolamroth under siege this round actually with the dice, but
I was going to say the same. Like it's crazy,
yeah,
but it's possible. And but okay, you have Kirdan's ships, so
yeah, so you're not that scared of that, I think, especially since
yeah.
you have 3 elites left in the force pool and no, doesn't look like any of the other Elven strongholds are out.
I can imagine CircleDakkon taking his sweet time, attacking Minas Tirith, conquering slowly, and maybe not even going for Dolamet, just going for Pelagian and try to defend his victory points in Gondor at this point. Because
Yeah.
I,
Kron, Minas, Eastern Gondor plus Lorien, that's 5 points, plus Rohan would make it 8, and then you need to go either for 2 cities or one of the Dew strongholds.
yeah, Galad commenting that probably the play for the three people right now is to play File, draw a C card, and perhaps play another C card. I agree with that. I don't see why you would
Yeah.
like to move more than once every turn at this point. Uh,
They've
may-
already moved, so
Maybe exceptionally for entering in Modern, you can consider a double movement, but you have to be careful about that
yeah.
because, okay, there are no revealing tiles at this point, so I guess you can consider a double. That's a good thing at least. And also, as noted by Darth Bidaman before, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, that the only thing that can now reveal the Fellowship before entering to Minas Tirith are the Nazgul Search card. Not even that. Yes, just Nazgul Search card, not even the Nazgul Strike. Only Nazgul Search.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that. But again, do you want to heal in Minas Tirith? It could be that the free people player will have no choice but to do that. I don't know. It depends on how fast is going the shadow military progress.
Darth Biederman has a good point that yeah, I don't think Dol Amroth is the
Yeah,
play here, both because we know Mole has Kirdans and because that's giving the Free Peoples the
but
chance for Minas Tirith.
if he went for the A and he moved to heal in Minas Tirith, yes, okay, maybe you can move faster to try to heal in Minas Tirith, but then at the same time you're also taking more core tiles because you're moving faster. Yeah, according to Galad,
And it
Dolamroth is still a
does
good
look like
call.
CircleDakkon's going for Dol Amroth.
Which, again, like, it's not crazy.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I kind
They're now
of,
cycling a strategy card, a Swarm of Bats,
yeah,
and they got their 6.
yeah. I kind of would like going for Minas Tirith at this point, though. But, yeah, I don't know. as a counter argument, any fellowship is slow either way, and if it's not gonna be slow, it's gonna take a bunch of corruption. So never mind about Minas Tirith. Uh,
Plus, even with We Prove the Swifter, Gandalf just barely can't reach Dol Amroth. So,
yeah,
with Gwai here, he can't. We Prove the Swifter, he can.
we proved the Swifter he can. With Gwyer he couldn't.
Oh, and Mole moved again,
Yeah,
but
zero reveal.
zero reveal. That was lucky.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's
Moving
just
again on
going.
5. Moving in on.
Funk it. Let's just go towards Mordor. Whatever. Like.
Yeah. Moving in on 5 dice with Gollum. But that's
Let's have some fun, I guess. I don't know.
certainly pushing. Yeah, most certainly pushing their luck, especially since 7 tiles in the hunt pool now, and the expected corruption value is getting up to a little under 2. With that.
I'm suffering for the free people, honestly. This looks bad.
There's into Lamadon, and then starting bringing in the Southrons, which they're still far from war too. So
I think at this point, I don't know. Do you want to move a third time with the fellowship? I don't know. Like, you already moved twice. I don't know. To me, sounds crazy, but
they're playing Kirdans, and then
yeah, maybe they're going to play
last
fire
char-
at this point. They could have played
that
fire
last
now.
character die.
Or is trying to keep We Prove the Swifter as the last character die to play.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Looking at the hunt pool, is Mole thinking about moving a third time? That's almost certainly a hit, and then expected value is 12/7 corruption, or 6/7 if they reveal.
Yeah, you can say around 1 point of corruption, so it's like. Only one? 6, 10, 12. 12 over 7? No, I think it's
12/7.
Ah, sorry. Yeah.
It's,
Sorry. So yeah, around
yeah,
2
which is
points
a
of
little under
corruption.
2.
Which is painful. Which is painful. Now, given the order of the action they've taken so far, I can only expect Mole playing We Prove the Swifter at this point.
CircleDakkon is
Yeah, I agree.
debating attacking Dol Amroth, so
I agree with Galad. I mean, it's also risky putting Gandalf so in the hedge already because you're not even in Mordor, and if you're losing your extra die like that,
yeah.
I don't know. I kind of hate to say this, but at this point, like, I don't think there are no good choices for the free people player. Like, I think there are less worse choices, but at this point, it's like
Yes.
it just looks very bad.
So the Southrons still are far from war, so at least we don't have to worry about Corsairs quite yet.
Well, like next round, you roll
Yeah,
one
next round.
master. You can even use one ring to bring them to war, and you need like it's done. It's not like you need too much for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. especially since you also have the first action next turn, I would just play File here if I were Mole.
I would also play Fire.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid he's going to play Whip of the Swifter. From the way he has played the order he has played the cards. Either it was in inaccuracy, but if he's following his initial plan, I'm scared that he's gonna play Whip of the Swifter.
Question if they do choose not to send in Gandalf is, would you play File or Ents and then File?
Oh, no, I would just play Fire. I'm not the biggest fan of
Yeah.
playing hands card as an event card. It depends. There are some occasions where could be good, but generally speaking, I like the combat card effect. They have, I think, in my opinion, more impact. Like you have more chances to
Oh, and they're
completely
drawn.
destroy the Shadow Army.
CircleDakkon drew a character card.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, Mole is probably debating the same thing we are.
I think you have to play the
Oh, Mole
fire.
might be I think Mole is debating moving as well.
Oh my god, no. Please no. This is so painful to watch. Like
Yeah,
you
the
hit
Ents.
odds 4 with 2 rerolls. Like you're guaranteed
Darth
at least
Peterman.
2 hit. Like you're guaranteed to be hidden. You're
Darth Peterman, you want to save the Ents to chain with Weeper of the Swifter for defending Helm's Deep?
yeah,
That
that's
is.
also a play. That's
Yeah,
also
that's
a play.
also a play.
Yeah, that's also a play, definitely.
Actually. Oh, and Mole moves again.
It's a free.
They've been hit, and it's a 3.
Oh god. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, at this point, you kind of have to heal in Minas Tirith. I think you're at net 4, so
Okay,
with
this
2
is.
steps,
Yeah, at the end of the
take
day, this is a
3,
2.
you have to deal with cruel weather.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, this is a 2. But.
Mole took the 3.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense at this point. You want to declare in Minas Tirith. You don't want to reveal now.
Yeah.
You want to spend your sweet time in Minas Tirith, declaring every round. It depends how many rounds you
And
want to declare there, but definitely some rounds. At least one for sure. Which is going to be the next.
Grey Company through a day and a night. I think obvious choice here, ditch Grey Company and House of the Stewards. Grey Company is ditched. Yeah, ditch Grey Company.
Yeah, we have people suffering over the chat as well. For the 4 points corruption of the Fellowship. Still 3 moves to get into Mordor. So I missed the cards. Okay, we see through a day and night. And what he ditched?
The other card was Grey Company,
Right.
which
Yeah,
Mole
sure.
correctly just threw out immediately since.
I'm still fascinated by this House of the Stewards, but I will ask him. I will ask him after the game because who knows? I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. You're not declaring Minas Tirith? What are you going to do, man? Really?
Well, there's no Fellowship of. Well, I think Mole's waiting for CircleDakkon to finish discarding.
Okay, I'm just a little bit afraid because his cursor is above Osgiliath. Ah, okay, no. I was just a little bit afraid of that.
Thank goodness.
I mean, at the same time, it's not crazy because at this point is, as we said before, damn it, like let's just go, no? Like now it's Russian roulette time. But like I think it's guaranteed at this point that if you enter in this condition in Mordor, like you have no chances of victory. No chance. Unless you draw into File and maybe a
Yeah, that
0.
is the other reason that they could be holding on to House of the Stewards. They want to turn it into. They want to play We Prove the Swifter and use it as a daylight, which is it's
Yeah,
certainly an option.
no, but I agree with that. But I think he was keeping that card much before there were.
Circle CircleDakkon says they have a tough choice.
Regarding how many eyes to put in the hand pool.
Yeah, trusting Bilbo. Yeah,
Oh well, I think that. I don't know. Ah, no, they're thinking about discarding a card. Sorry. Tough choice there.
yeah. Athelas all fours. Oh, that would.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
At that point, I would. At that point, I'd vent for VP in the World Championship.
Yeah, yes, okay, you always. I'm trying to answer to Gala at this point. You always have a shot in Mordor, of course, but like. If you have cards to draw as a free people player, also the shadow player has cards to draw at the same time. So, and yeah, okay, you can make an argument that character cards for the free people player are better in that sense, but
Fellowships in Minas Tirith.
yeah, at least one
One
corruption.
movement, which is all they need.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's actually, I think that's a good role for the free people. You have the Palantirs in order to draw cards and to play cards. That's character cards, especially. So I don't dislike that role as a free people player.
Thing.
I would be happy also as the shadow player with this role. Absolutely.
Cursor's near Ents. Are they going to play Ents into? Oh, they're going. We Prove the Swifter.
Yeah.
A wizard is never
Not
late.
sure about this move.
Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means.
I mean, it's a good move,
It's
but maybe a little bit premature.
If you're doing that, I wonder if maybe you should have I wonder if you're gonna send Gandalf to Dol Amroth, if maybe you should have discarded Grimbjorn instead of Grey Company. Since I don't see that many places that you would use out of scouts,
that's
I'd rather have another daylight.
I completely agree with you. That's yeah, that's a total valid point. Yeah. Yeah, because it's Brave Stand, no Great Company. I don't remember exactly. I think it's Brave Stand.
A Great Company is Brave Stand.
So yeah, why not? No, no. If the shadow players as Corsairs, this game is GG. Like, it's literally gone.
Stacking Dol Amroth, Gandalf shines, obviously.
Okay. Character card. Brave Stand or Confusion?
Brave Stands against Words of Power.
Okay, I could have also considered a Confusion maybe at that point. You can keep the Brave Stand for a strategy card, if that's the case. But
then Brave Stand does still work in this situation. Yeah. So no hits from CircleDakkon.
2 hits back. Which,
and
okay.
Then
good.
2 hits from Mole.
Good. This is good.
Okay.
This is gonna delay a little bit the shadow player unless they drew into Corsairs, but we'll see that.
Yeah. Yeah, because Corsairs can merge with an army in the destination and then turn the Palantir into starting the siege battle, which is not usually the play, but
I also wonder if
there's a
the three people player moved the Gandalf. Sorry, you were saying?
I was gonna say maybe if CircleDakkon does have Corsairs, the choice might. Oh, but CircleDakkon stopped. So
Yeah, it
if
makes
they did
sense.
have Corsairs, the choice might have been to kill as many units as possible and then reinforce with Corsairs.
Yeah, I'm not sure he has Corsairs at this point. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is I don't know if with this move with Gandalf plus the Hobbit, Maul is bluffing a coat of Mithril and Sting with the Blade of Western East as combat card effect, trying to
Yeah.
spook off the shadow player. I don't know if they're thinking something like that. But you don't have like
Yeah.
that reroll, like you only have one reroll. Because of course Gandalf, okay, if Gandalf is not shining, you have two rerolls. I mean, it's still a possibility, but I don't know. I wouldn't take that bluff. I wouldn't bluff like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Plus you're giving up Mithril, which, considering how bad things are for the Fellowship, is a lively debate
Yeah. Over
in
if
the chat over whether Free Proof of Swifter was the right play.
to be fair, Shadow could just go after Dolamroth to Helm's Deep, and then it just needs 4 citadels. So they are arguing that probably Dolamroth is the best shot, because in Helm's Deep it's not like you don't have the best use of Gandalf against all that leadership against provided by the elites of Isengard. But yeah, losing the extra die, I don't know, it's painful. Again, as I said before, I don't think there are specifically good choices for the free people player. I think there are less worse choices, less bad choices at this point.
If you were the Free People's player here, do you think, if you were Mole here, do you think you have enough time to actually move on to next turn and declare Minas Tirith again, or do you think you have to move?
No, you have to move.
Yeah.
You have to move at this point. Well,
Since you're at net 3 and then Mordor's probably going to be painful, so.
by the way, is passing through a potential a day without dawn? But I understand that. At this point, you have to be kind of, again, whatever, as the free people player. If you have it, you have it. If you don't have it, you don't have it. I will take that gamble and I will try to wait and see what's the best use of that Will of the West, if I'm going to move or not. Because if the Siege in the Lamrod is gonna slow the shadow player that much, maybe
Okay.
you can take an extra
Mole
round
draws
in
a
Minas
character
Tirith.
card. I will go alone. Now on your next assault, now on the next attack on Dol Amroth, do you shine or do you play? Do you play it? Look, Corsairs. Corsairs has.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Here is Johnny, literally. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. As Galad is pointing out, if you have Corsair, you
Yeah.
attack
Attack with a
before.
ring.
Yeah,
Kill that.
in order to make the loss of casualties more efficient. Yeah. And also Galad is pointing out that you definitely don't want to move at this point. You want to wait for a 0 eyes in the hunt pool and then move. But looking at the way CircleDakkon is playing, I don't know if I would expect 0 eyes at any point.
Yeah.
Allocated, I mean.
Smol's moving Rohan down, like what Mokanine was suggesting. So,
Yeah, but maybe
and there's
because
Corsairs. They didn't attack with a ring first, so
right, because
interesting.
now... Sorry,
I would have done that. I would have done it the other way.
I got lost a little bit reading the chat. What happened? Oh, Corsairs.
CircleDakkon played Corsairs. Mole is shining. They do not want to use Daring Defiance.
I mean, okay. Well...
Oh, they're reconsidering.
Uh,
Okay, no Daring Defiance.
yeah, I think you want to shine, despite their defiance.
Words of Power against Confusion.
Yeah, I dig that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
CircleDakkon, no hits,
rerolls.
1 to self.
Okay, rerolled, he had not to, but okay, 4 hits, 4 hits, no, 3 plus 1, guys, come on. Yes.
Yeah, 3
4
plus
hits.
1.
That's good. That's good.
Ah.
Come on, 3 people, come on, Dolamrov.
This exact situation is why you should have attacked first with a ring
Exactly.
and then played Corsairs, because now those reinforcements in Umbar are far away unless they have Shadows Gather.
Yeah, I agree.
And that just bought a lot of time for the Free Peoples, I think.
Let's go, 3 people. Sorry, Shadow Player, but I just want a little bit of hope for these 3 people at this point. It's not possible.
Oh, as they move,
oh, it's a,
they
okay,
aren't
it's a 0.
declaring.
It's a 0 reveal at least, but... Oh my god.
He just got the perfect chance.
Yeah, Mo Kanan is also pointing out that if Gandhi dies, you want to move the Fellowship. But, yeah.
Yeah, the risk would have been with attacking first with a ring would have been a sortie. That's a good point from Master James. CircleDakkon played a red tile, and then Mole still hasn't used their token. Picking up Elven Rope and King Brand.
Not as if you're gonna need the... At this point, you don't even need the token to prevent a cool weather, because there is literally nothing you can do against... Like, cool weather is completely useless at this point.
If they have Day Without Dawn.
Oh my god, I cannot believe this roll. What is this? Okay, you move...
Hit twice.
Okay, 1.
Shake up a 1. Do you take it? Do you reveal?
Oof.
If you reveal, you're worried about cool weather, they take it.
I don't know. No, I think you want to try to avoid being revealed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Especially now, this is the perfect ant pool for Orc Patrol, Foul Thing from the Deep, and Zither Space. It's like the perfect one. There are no highs. So it's just values from those cards at this point. So I think you don't want to reveal. Absolutely.
And then CircleDakkon hasn't played Day Without Dawn yet, so I think there's a good chance they haven't picked it up. Which is a lucky break for Mole.
I question about the sortie. I mean,
I think Master James was saying, like, because... Oh, your question about the sortie, like, doing it now?
To do it at all at this point. Because, okay, you have Daring Defiance, but...
I think... Yeah. What Master James was saying was that if CircleDakkon had attacked with a ring before playing Corsairs, they would have been at 2 HP, and then at that point, you
Ah,
absolutely would want a
okay,
sortie
okay,
to
okay, okay. I get his
kill the
point.
Witch King.
Which makes sense, but still, I don't know if I would. I think okay, unless like incredibly lucky rolls from the three people play, you can kind of control how many casualties you're going to take. I mean, it's always kind of unpredictable, but
I do think this is exactly the perfect scenario that Mole could have gotten with playing We Prove the Swifter, though. I think that this scenario has vindicated them.
what do you mean, like right now, or oh, cool weather? Why do you play
Oh,
cool?
cruel weather.
Well, I mean, okay, out of Minas Tirith, let me play my
Which means
cards.
CircleDakkon probably has a tile drawing card.
Yeah, I mean, oh wow, okay, I actually, this move
Yeah,
is
Nazgul
so
Surge,
cool.
tile drawing card, or candles.
I don't know if it's the most efficient move, but I found it so cool, honestly. I don't know. I like it so much. Out of there. Let me draw some hunters.
Uh, Nine asks if I was wasting a Deadly Strife to get 3 elites, 1 region further. It wasn't saving 1 army movement step, it was saving 3. So CircleDakkon says that they don't like playing for the guys playing for corruption is weird.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's very.
Is Mole going to Mole plays file?
Yeah. He's more considering to to declare Minas Tirith again. I don't
Out
know.
comes foul thing with a
Oh,
1.
okay. Well, that's.
But
Well, you
now
could reveal.
now most of the we've seen both of the zeros come out.
You could
We've seen
reveal.
several
Yes.
of the ones come out, so
Yeah.
Mole chooses to reveal,
Yeah. I don't dislike that.
but I don't like this Mordor pool.
What you don't, what you dislike, the Mordor?
Yeah, I think when things get to Mordor, the hunt pool is gonna be. It's not gonna be great for the free peoples.
I mean, there is at least fire, as far as I remember, and maybe another blue tile, although I could be wrong. But
I think the only blue tile they've played was File, but they do have Elven Rope in hand right now.
yeah,
The
my
hunt pool right
god.
now is a 3, 2, and 2. So when it gets to Mortar, it's going to be 3, 2, and 2, the eyes, and then 1 red, 1 blue.
Although, given the situation, like if there is only one eye in the hand pool, a one reveal given by eye, it's not the end of the world, honestly, on the Mordor track. Given the hand pool, I would be kind of happier about that. I don't know.
Yeah, the other option is actually refilling the hunt pool. Though to do
Ooh,
that, you are going to have to take a 3, 2, and 2, which even if you reveal every single time, that's going to be 4 corruption.
that's
I don't think you can afford to do that.
that's nasty. But no, I don't think. Nah, yeah, exactly. I think you would have redeclared in Minas Tirith at least. Yep, that's the answer
Yeah.
pool. A free, a true, and a true reveal.
That's honestly one of the worst hunt pools I've ever seen.
One of the worst for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's
So painful. But on the other
Mr.
hand,
James, there is
yeah,
The Ring is Mine that's been played.
yeah, that I remember. That I remember. Yeah. But on the other hand, Shadow is being quite slow on the military front.
Yeah, we proved the Swifter.
Corsairs is
We were
gone.
doubting it, but that is Gandalf is in Dol Amroth, Prince Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mole played We Prove the Swifter, and then turned Gandalf into. And then Johannes, there have been a lot of hunt successes. There were also 2 tiles out of Moria and 2 of the tile drawing cards being played. Actually, yeah, I can only think of the first move out of Mordor is the Strider was 1 out of 6 random in Holland.
I think Fellowship is going
He
to
was
move.
1 out of 6 random on.
It again, of course, and it's a
The
3, of course.
It moves again, and it's a 3.
And you have to
so
take
now
it, you cannot
Hunt Pool
reveal.
is
Yeah, because if you reveal it, you
3
reveal it into
2
2.
eyes red blue.
My God, my precious. Okay, we're going to see Hunt-Tile Draw. No, Nazgul Strike.
Nazgul Strike too.
Of course. Sure. So we're gonna see all the tiles. I'm sure we're gonna see all the tiles at this point. It's gonna be a true reveal. No, okay, it's gonna be a true reveal and it's not going to reveal because why should it reveal? No, it's not gonna be all the hunt tiles. But pretty much, like almost all
if
of
it
them
pulls a
except one.
3 though, like that's just gonna be.
Let's just hope he
all the
rolls
Nazgul coming to
terribly at this point.
Dol Amroth. Oh, and the Nazgul are going to Orthanc too? I do wonder if you don't want. Yeah. Yeah, Strider, I agree with you. This is. It's going to be
Come
corruption.
on, please. Yes, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, I was hoping for this. Oh, I was hoping for this. It's a miss.
That is a miss.
Okay. Oh, there is some retribution at least. Oh.
First lucky break for Mole in a while on the Fellowship, but. I mean, do you go back to Minas Tirith since you're almost certainly going to get. Mole's playing Elven Rope, so I think that means they might be committing to Mordor.
I think they're going to Mordor at this point. What they did with the last die? They played Elven Rope.
Mole played Elven Rope.
Yep, they're going. I think they're going straight into Mordor.
And then what's CircleDakkon going to do with the last H?
Come on, guys, we can call it now. Bilbo's Song as the next character card drawn for the 3 people player. Because otherwise,
Lancer, all that's left. We have 2 blue tiles. Athelas. There is another way. Bilbo's Song. They're all out there besides File and Elven Rope.
So now it's gonna be a 2 a reveal, a 0, a -2, a high with
4 eyes and the red eye.
Yeah, that's the output.
And then Rohan to war with the token.
Okay, Athelas with Gollum. Not the best, but still, come on.
Athelas is now out. Maybe they'll roll 3 successes. Maybe they'll whip.
We have to hope for everything at this point. Yeah, Hunt Pool looks nasty, to say the least. Oh, man.
Yeah, if Mole hits Athelas and then hits File or draws and plays Bilbo's Song, that's
okay, at least
really
no
their
extra
only chance,
eyes.
I think, of
So you want to move immediately, and let's hope for an eye. Okay, this is not the end of the world.
That's a Y, 1 reveal.
That's good. That's good so far, because...
Lure and Morgul Wound are still out, though, so CircleDakkon can play one of those, and then we're on 9.
Yeah, sure, but they would have had it also after, so, like, either way, like...
It's just Gollum, Johannes.
The chat is going
Candles of
crazy.
Corpses 666, let's just... I don't. I think Lidless Eye has, since we saw Shining canceled twice. The only two words of powers are Worn with Sorrow and Toil and Lidless Eye, right?
Yeah, but wait.
Okay, then yeah, Lidless Eye's been played, Lancer, for combat. Out comes Morgul Wounds. Now we're on 9 Corruption.
Sure.
I think.
Don't hide yet. Don't hide yet. Use Athelas at this point.
Yeah, I would just go Athelas
Go
or
Athelas and don't hide.
Mustering. Yeah. Okay, Athelas.
Let's see. Okay, it's a
One healing.
What you would expect.
So we're back down to 8 Corruption. It's
I'm looking for
Mokanine. Free peoples can afford to not hide this turn unless the lure is still out there, so CircleDakkon could be playing that. Hunt pool, you can see it right now. It's 2 reveal, there's 2 blue tiles, 3 eyes, and the red eye.
I think we can still to expect Candle for Corpses, which is not the most efficient with Gollum, but whatever. Then we still have we don't have Foul Thing. Foul Thing was played, right?
Foul Thing was played, but Isildur and Orc Patrol are still out there, which...
Yes, they're still out there.
Though they're not that scary, given that... I would not play a tile drawing card here, because there's a high chance of hitting an eye or a blue tile.
Sure, absolutely. I agree with that. But in the worst case scenario, if you are on the last step, you can always use that as a resource if it's going well for the 3 people. I don't see how this could go well for the 3 people, but it's still there. And the Lidless Eye is still out there.
Yeah.
And the other 3 red tiles
are... Yeah. 3 red tiles are out there. Lure is still out there. Candles is still out there.
So actually, the remaining of the deck is actually quite valuable at this point.
But Prince Fox, the other thing is that Free Peoples has 14 cards, and Bilbo's Song is in there. There's Another Way is in there. 2 more blue tiles are in there. Mithril's in there.
Yeah. Which is... Yeah, say like 40% of those cards are good, around that, something like
that. 2 blue tiles plus 2 healing plus mithril, that's 5, so a little over a third.
Yeah. Which, I don't know. By the way, we missed that. Okay, Ron went to war, we saw some recruitment into Helm's Deep.
And then Fangorn's coming in.
Yeah, into Western Net, and we saw some movement from South Downland to Gap of Ruan. Now, 3 people players gonna defend Helm's Deep. And I can only guess is going to draw into a character card with the last Palantir.
Oh, and retaking Pelargir.
Yeah, sure.
That's
Sure, why not? I mean, absolutely.
That's theoretically a possibility, Lancer, but since Free Peoples doesn't have that many rings, they don't have a 6th die, I don't think it's realistic.
By the way,
we're gonna see.
The move of retaking Pelargir not only manages to retake a victory point, but you cut away Dol Amroth from all the other armies, shadow armies around them, except the one from Druid Lower.
Gap of Rohan went to Druid the Hour.
Well.
Plays Shadows Gather into Dol Amroth.
Yeah, I was going just to say that, like, the only army that can move there is the one in Gap of Rohan, but yes, of course. Of course. Oh god. So, okay, 3 military victory points for the shadow player this so far.
I think once those Isengard elites come out into Dol Amroth, that's the end of the stronghold since,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah. I mean, miracles can always happen, but
A 2-8 army with 4 leadership against Gandalf, it's not happening. Mokanine is suggesting Helm's Deep give chase.
oh,
Strider, I think, probably finish off Dol Amroth, and then
I can imagine shadow player
I
going
think
for that's a good
finishing
one.
off Dol Amroth is 5, and then
Pelagir 6.
yeah, Pelargir is 6. Uh, Armies aren't great, so I don't think you can take Minas Tirith without a lot of mustering. I think your best shot would be bring in the Easterlings to bring in. I think your best shot would be Helm's Deep, and then bring in the Easterlings for Woodland Realm. Gandalf could sortie, but I think that's just yeah.
I mean, yes. I mean, as a whatever move, I would do that.
CircleDakkon drew a character card with that, so that Palantir.
Okay, it's not moving. Is it? Okay, shadows
Okay,
gather.
there's Shadows Gather.
Sure.
Yep. I think Gandalf's
Yeah,
done at this
Gandalf.
point.
To be fair, Gandalf did his job.
Gandalf definitely bought the Free People's 2 or 3 turns.
And yes, I
Out comes
always
the mouth.
yeah I always forget about the mouth. And it's gonna appear. Huh. Depending on where it appears, we can have a clue on where the shadow player wants to go next. Dol Guldur or Minas Morgul? Minas Morgul. I think he just wants to go for Rohan and Gondor, which, yeah, I like that. Like, if you have compact forces,
Okay.
it's
More
sometimes it's
Ents
better.
from the Free Peoples.
Right. That's not what you want
And
to
then
draw
out
now.
comes Dol Amroth. Yeah, no Shine, and then probably Daring Defiance. And just
Sure.
hope
Yes. At this point,
Shadow
yes.
decides to play Deadly Strife.
Yeah.
Let's see how healthy this army is after taking Dol Amroth. That army could conceivably take Minas Tirith if it's healthy enough. Since we've got 8 elites in there.
I don't understand Prince Fox comment. Why not draw a card now? I don't know when it was referred to.
I think that was before. Desperate Battle hit with the Daring Defiance. Saved the Free People's 1 hit.
Okay, 0. That's good. 2 hits back. Let's go. You have 1 reroll, by the way. Why you? No, because it cancels all companions' leadership. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Molgot's
Sure.
2 hits.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, free people. Let's go. Come on. Like, there is no way, but let's go. But let's go, regardless.
Mokanine. Gandalf did not shine,
No.
but that's correct.
Yeah. Because of the 4 Isengard elites.
Yeah, there's 4 Isengard's leadership, so there's no point in shining.
Oof, boy.
What do you play for round 2? Do you play no quarter or shield wall? Yes, because shield no quarter might help if you're thinking about playing the long game.
I think I will go with shield
Or, yeah,
wall. Ah, no
yes.
cards.
Yeah.
No quarter then. No quarter then. Come on, no
Yeah.
cards. Okay.
Yeah, no quarter.
Okay, ah, damn. 2 hits. Okay, well, it
Two
makes sense.
sixes should maybe they should have gone
No,
to
please. Okay, 3 hits for the 3
2
people
plus
player.
1.
Yeah. Come on, Dolan Roth regulars, we are proud of you. And elves as well. And Pippin and Gandalf.
It's 13 HP versus 5.
Yeah,
I think short of if Dol Amroth survives this, CircleDakkon should pay a visit to the venting channel.
I just really want to hope that 3 people survive this. I know there is no chance, but I just really want to hope this. Yeah, but I think that for Dale, if it's like the last victory points that the Shadow player is going for, 1 regular, 3 regular, I don't know. Like, yes, okay, everything at the end can make the difference.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
anything.
Hobbit
Yeah,
is
actually,
not in
anything can make the
Fangor.
difference. I don't know.
Yeah, they can afford to take Mordor slowly, but we are going to see how. Mole. Mole should hopefully be playing this correctly. That you have to keep shine. Yes, that is correct, Mole. You have to choose to shine, and
Yeah.
then just your decision carries for the whole battle.
For any ruling mistakes that anybody spots, inform us on the chat, and I will text to Mole directly so they can solve the problem immediately.
Okay, reducing the Isengard elite instead of the southern one, that might indicate that CircleDakkon has a Mumakil that they might want to play.
Yeah, Blade of Western is would be quite huge in this fight. Agreed.
Yeah. So the question is do you want to give up Mithril or Bilbo's to kill the Witch King in this? Because looking at that corruption, I think you need both of those cards to stand a chance of surviving Mordor.
Yeah, that's another good point. Yeah, I think given the situation, I would probably keep it for Gollum, but yeah, I don't know.
Mr. James, your prediction is turn 10 military victory or turn 11? And Fellowship would likely take 3 to finish.
Oh, no hits for the Shadow
Circle
player.
back on rolled 3 hits. They did not
And
play
no
a
hits for the
Mumakil, so I
Shadow
wonder why
player.
they reduced the Isengard elites.
Woo! Let's go! Let's go, 3 people!
That's a
Let's...
CircleDakkon. They need to just start.
I'm seeing deja vus
What are
from
the
the second
statistics
game of
here?
this final, from the previous game of the final.
CircleDakkon has to be minus on 6s.
Something very similar happened in the last game of the final in Lorien. Like, strikingly similar. So, and that cost the game for the Shadow player at the time, but okay. Oh, 3 hits. Let's go, 3 people, let's go. Like this. To be fair,
At this point,
I don't know why he's attacking like this, CircleDakkon. I don't understand if he has very bad cards in hand or if he's not. He thinks he can take the hits before using them. I don't understand. Like he has
I
a
mean,
lot of cards in hand. He has like 5 cards. Like what are the chances that all
there are
of them
still
are bad?
2 of the Deadly Stripes that are out. Okay.
Yeah.
Southern and Eastern Elite is out, so Mumakil can't be played anymore, but I think if they wanted to play Mumakil, they would have played it last round. Character cards that are still out. There's still the Cruel as Deaths out.
Yeah, Master James is retracting his prediction after this last round of combat. Okay, no cards, 1 hit
One
only,
hit.
and
1 hit from
only
CircleDakkon, 1
1
hit from
hit
Mole.
back. Email, my man, you have to show up next round. You have to show up.
I think. Remember when we were all saying We Proved the Swifter was a bad play?
Yeah, but to be fair, I'm also a little bit surprised by the way CircleDakkon played this. I don't know.
Yeah. Tinko.
Who am I to say? Like, we cannot see his hand. But I'm a little bit surprised. This hand game is getting saucy.
Yeah, Jenna. You're asking what this endgame is. This is the result of Gandalf, I think it was like turn 4, right? Going into Dol Amroth with We Prove the Swifter. Which,
Yeah.
and then, yeah, you have not seen this hunt pool. Yeah, yeah. Hobbit, maybe you should ask Mole to show us the hunt. Okay.
I can ask him. Let me ask him quickly.
This is it's certainly not. I legitimately can only think of one time I'd have seen a worse hunt pool, though. This is a horrific hunt.
To be fair, I've seen worse, but yeah, it doesn't look good at all.
Yeah.
At all.
I mean, only worse I've seen was like 4 red tiles, 3 eyes.
Okay, only 2 highs, which is... I mean, 2 is still painful, but... you're going to... Okay, you're going to hide. That's correct.
Hiding, yeah. Before,
And then you don't want to move
Mortal
this
Wounds
round,
can be played.
but I think you want to draw character cards. You could maybe think of drawing a strategy in the chance of drawing into... hoping of drawing
Oh,
into...
in goes Give It
Imre.
To Us.
Yeah,
That's, that made it even worse.
but email is like 1 card over 11. It's very low chances, and I think you have better chances to draw a useful character card at this point. So I would more incline
Have
to
we
draw.
seen Imrahil yet?
No, not that I can recollect, that I am aware of. No.
Yeah, I think Yeah, so Free Peoples could draw and hope for Imrahil, which at that point, Dol Amroth isn't happening without marching up that Umbar army.
With those hybrids, what about cycling over Minas Tirith to Thraken?
Generic Pie. The only healing cards Fellowship has seen are Athalas for 1, and then they've seen File and one of the blue zeros. So Elven Cloaks, Smeagol Helps, Nice Master, Bilbo, There's Another Way, Mithril, they're all still out there.
Not sure to understand the Lancer text. With those hybrids, what about cycling over Minas Tirith to threaten Witch King the next turn? Moving them over. You mean the armies?
I think Lancer is saying bring in the Minas Tirith army to threaten attacking the Witch King.
Ah.
Since CircleDakkon doesn't know that Mole discarded help unlooked for.
I wouldn't do that because the army in Edoras is very close. If you leave Minas Tirith kind of empty or like with less units, you're giving some points for free to the free people player.
Yeah, Gandhi has survived much longer than I
My
think
God.
any of us would have reasonably expected him to.
Turn 9 Gandhi. MVP.
I think he's legitimately survived 4 or 5 turns in Dol Amroth now.
Absolutely. This is like, I'm amazed by how similar is this game from the previous one, in some sense. I can see the same pattern. Free people striving to dunk the ring with a high corruption, and Shadow player getting stuck on one stronghold for many turns with companions inside. This is very similar to the previous one. I wonder if this is part of the game plan from Mole or from both. I don't know.
I think your plan for the rest of the turn might be use a muster to play King Brand, and then see if you can draw into Imrahil.
That's a good one, absolutely. You use the master, you play King Brandsman.
And then if you don't get Imrahil, you can then use the Palantir to draw.
But do you want to draw Imrahil at this point? I mean, because Imrahil is like one card over 11.
Yeah.
And there are many
what
good
else is
character cards
left
out there.
that could be helpful? Yeah, what else?
To be fair,
I mean, they've been holding on to Grimbjorn since turn 2.
yeah. To be fair, there are still many other cards that you would like to draw. No, wait. Eomer was played. So, I think...
Eomer was played, I think, yeah, Eomer was played in Helm's Deep.
Yeah, Riders of Theoden is still out there. Cannot remember. I think it's still out there. I don't know.
Riders of Theoden is still out there. Red Arrow is technically still out there, but I'd be very surprised if
But you cannot
Pippin
play Red
got
Arrow
down
at
there.
this point. Anyway. I think the only one useful at this point are Riders of Theoden, Imrail. Kindred of Glorfindel is gone, by the way, so not even forgiven.
Yeah, Kindred of Glorfindel got discarded
Glorfindel.
for hand limit, as opposed when they discarded Kindred of Glorfindel over House of the Stewards, which...
Yeah, and Thranduil's Archer is gone as well, so I cannot...
Yeah, Faramir was used for a combat card.
I cannot imagine the Shadow player going from Erebor. I mean, anything can happen at any point, of course, but I would be surprised if all of a sudden we were going for Erebor. So Dine, I think, is not that useful.
Yeah.
Swords of
Valor
Eriador
could still
is
be
not
useful
useful.
in Helm's Deep, but you have but you still have 2 end cards there, so...
I think I would rather draw character cards.
Yeah, you have to help you, you have 2 blue tiles, Mithril, and then 2 healing cards. So 5 so yeah. Almost a 50-50 chance of picking up something helpful with a C card, with picking up a C card.
Which is better than 1 over 10. I think.
Yeah.
And to be fair, also if you're drawing... yes, like, I don't know. Yeah, I would
Oh,
draw
it's coming out to South Athelion. Looks
With
like the mouse
one
might be fighting for
elite.
Pelargir.
With 1 elite. What is he doing over there? Does
The
he...
plan is probably to use an army die to unite that army with the Umbar army.
Yeah, with the West... Yeah. Okay. Playing, by the way, super conservatively, which I understand, but maybe you can throw some more units there?
CircleDakkon put in another one now, so
Yeah. Yeah, as generic pie underlined, C cards and the Java gods smiling on you. That's the only way to go, I think. And Lancer was proposing, so I think the idea they was proposing was with threaten Alpan Lookford, but Alpan Lookford was already discarded. To be fair, the Shadow player this cannot know. So yeah, but still don't know if it's a tough situation to defend for the free people player because you have armies all around. And so you have to defend Minas Tirith, you have to defend Pelargir. And indeed we see Pelargir that is defended. Uh,
and moving into Dale, I wonder if you might have rather played King Brand, though, to defend Dale, but I suppose you had an extra half movement, so what else were you gonna do?
I think now with that Palantir you want to draw a card.
Confusion against Pelargir.
Okay, no it's...
And no one, though. Oh! Oh!
Yo! Yo! Okay. Teach those shadow armies. Who's the boss? Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you imagine the same thing all over Dolamrot at this point?
I don't.
So tea time.
I don't. I think Dol Amroth is gonna. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I think 0
What?
to 0-3, and then this in and then 0-4 in Pelargir. This has definitely tipped defense.
Stop, I guess.
I mean,
I
for all
wonder.
CircleDakkon knows, Help Unlooked For is still out there, and then
Yeah.
so actually they can't retreat to Lamedon, so
Nah, they cannot because it's conquered. They can only retreat to Losternak. But maybe I wonder now, what if...
generic pie.
What if...
Generic pie suggests we need a drug test. I mean, are we sure
Yeah.
those guys are? Are we sure those guys are Gondorians? Like,
Those guys are ready to
we're
go,
sure that's
let me
not the
tell
host
you.
of Valinor.
Let me tell you, they are ready to go. They're ready to go. But, I was thinking now, what if, and this is a crazy idea, but what if you use the ring as the free people player, you move the army from Pelargir, as suggested from Lancer before, to Lamedon, and you do it now. And then at the beginning of the next turn, you attack the army in Dolam Roth from outside. I don't know. Is that too much? Because you are giving away a ring. To be fair, that
And
was
that is your last ring as well,
idea
which-
all the way, but... Sorry?
I think you can't afford to give up your last ring.
Yeah.
Only because there might be a turn where you roll 0 movement, and you don't want to take the auto corruption with this much.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah.
Lancer's calling Imrahil.
I mean, you can still do it at the beginning of next round. If you roll a lot of army movements, you can still move in Lamedon and then attack in Dolam Roth. You can still do that. There is no need to do it now. So yeah, I think you can wait for that. Man, those regulars. Yeah, email getting drawn next turn 100%. I'm calling it right now. Commented by Lancer. I'm in for it 100% as well. Let's go, Gondorians. How much disrespect from the Shadow player to just be casually, maybe Minas Tirith, maybe Dolam Roth, I'm gonna take everything. No, baby. I'm joking, CircleDakkon, Michele. Like you know me, but like this is just so epic to be to watch. So yeah, kind of right as well from Prince Fox. But at least they will give a good fight. At least that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mirror of Galadriel is drawn.
I
Which
think probably the best shadow play here might be
they're just going
have
for.
we seen Rage of the Dunlendings actually?
No, I don't remember that. So give Vandal
Uh
or
this might just be me, but my
no.
bet but what might be a good idea would be doing Rage of the Dunlendings and then picking up Shire and Grey Havens since the oh, but Mole just picked up swords in Eriador.
Yeah. I also wonder what's the first pull for the. Ah, okay, there are still. No, those are the casualties, which means there are how many? How many elites in the first
Tolkien
pool?
mentions Dolhamra. Speed man, that's
Am I wrong, or are still a lot? Like there are still maybe one or two elites for the. At least one elite for the elves out there.
there is one elite left since one went to Woodland Realm
Yeah.
and then two went for
Two.
Círdan.
Yeah, so one left, no?
So
Yeah. Man,
we have not seen any of the deadly strifes besides Corsairs, Dr. Boson.
I love the comment on the broad community. Oh my god. Order from the West. No, as already stated by Vanali. Vanali? What's the correct pronunciation?
Vanali.
Vanali. Okay. Right. So, blue tile in. For sure. You can do it with the Will of the West. Why? Okay, well.
Yeah, I think best thing to do. We still haven't seen Day Without Dawn, by the way, so.
Yeah, that's my point. Like you could move and hide, but then at the same time, maybe you don't want to hide. Sometimes, like you get in those crazy situations that you don't want to hide because you just don't know how bad is going to be the hunt pool next round, and you don't want to move. Like right now, I wouldn't like to move. This looks very bad. This looks horrible.
Well, Prince Fox, I think, even if you take Dol Amroth, the problem is that you don't have you still need to get to 10. So, but I think after Dol Amroth, Rage or Horde from the East would be
I wonder why the free
would
people
decide
player
which
didn't draw immediately a
path
card.
to 10 it takes.
I think as a free people player, I would have used that Will of the West to draw immediately into a card. And then play the blue tile, and maybe then play another blue tile. Like, I don't know, like, because there is always the possibility of Day Without Dawn out there. Okay, if I were the Shadow player now, and I had, like, okay, to be fair, the Shadow player only has one strategy card.
1 in 13 chance of Day Without Dawn.
If it was not discarded before for any reason that I cannot see, but possibly. But if that's the case, like if you have that card, you want to play it right away now, like you don't think about it.
Generic Pie thinks Dol Amroth, grind down Helm's Deep, and then cities. That would work.
Yeah.
With Rage, though.
Yeah, I actually like that plan. I actually like that plan. I like.
I think that is probably the best plan. Only other thing might be if you would want to consider doing Grey Havens or Rivendell instead of Helm's Deep.
Grey Havens and sorry.
Grey Havens or Rivendell, one of the two.
Oh, right.
Since they can't get that much worse.
Absolutely, yes.
As opposed to Helm's Deep, where you can easily start mustering down a
By the way,
bunch of elites.
Shadows of the Misty Mountain was already played, so no chances for that. But Monster Roused, I don't remember.
There has been at least one Desperate Battle played, so it could have been that.
Yeah.
Could have been. I don't remember. It was one of the M ones. I don't remember if it was Monsters Roused or Musterings of a Long Planned War.
Yeah, I think that for the Shadow player the plan is Dolamrov, slowly, very slowly, but Dolamrov, Pelargir, and Helm's Deep, and either two cities, or wait, Rivendell, and either at the end either Helm's Deep or Dale and the Shire. But
Yeah, that was my thought.
yeah. Which, by the way, Dale look like it doesn't look easy at all, huh? Like
I mean, King Brand is in Free People's hands,
Yeah.
so that's going to be 4-1, and then the Woodland Realm army can also come defend. Looks like the Mouth is trying again. Who wants to bet that it's going to be 0 hits to 5?
No, come on, it's not seriously going. What did he do? Ah, okay. Bring in some armies. I thought he was going from Dolamrov like that. Okay. Yep, bring in those elites. Let's go. My God, this Gondor. And you have advantageous position in hand. Like you could stay 2 rounds in Pelargir. Just saying.
Honestly, what I would do is I would just, since you can't retreat to Lamadon, what I would do is I would just stay forever until the army dies.
Oh, yeah.
To try and kill as many shadow units as possible.
Oh yeah. And if you're pressing for the second round, bring it. I have advantageous position. Even if you have a card that pumps your leadership, like you have just 2 leadership. By the way, you have no Nazgul there, so there is nothing for that.
Yeah, if Mole moves, hits an eye, that's 3 damage, and then if CircleDakkon has Lure,
Yeah.
then that's just GG right there.
But what if he steps into a 0 or a -2? There is also that. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Also a 2, by the way. There is a 2 and a 2 reveal. Both those are fine as well. I think there is still a 2 and a 2 reveal, no? Only one eye was drawn so far on the motor track, if I remember correctly. I think so.
Yeah, I don't think Free People's Military can happen at this point.
No, no way.
Actually,
No, where?
yeah,
Minas Morgul?
Moria or Dol you might be able to get away with, but
No, Ox
I don't
multiplying
think
again was
I don't
never
think you're
played.
taking both of them, and then Mordor isn't happening.
Alphox and Goblin was never played. Ox multiplying again was never played. Pits of Mordor was never played. I don't remember the card being played. Age of the
so
Darklands
Free
was
People's
never
Military
played.
is just not happening.
Okay, if you want you can try, but it's like a big shot in the
Dark
dark.
Speederman. They don't have Confusion, Prince Fox. They used both of them already.
Attacking Paladin gets destroyed and maybe Humble and MM. Yeah, maybe. Still.
But Darth Beetleman, yeah, if the army attacking Power Gear gets destroyed, Umbar you might be able to get, but the problem is we haven't seen many kings, we haven't seen orcs multiplying again, we haven't seen pits of Mordor,
Yeah.
and any of those could easily shut you down.
Or simply, what's the name in English for that card? It's not many kings, but it's the other one for recruiting into Gorgoroth and Nurn. It's
You're talking about musterings of a long planned war.
yeah, but maybe that one
I
was
think
played.
that one was played for
Yeah,
combat in
exactly,
Delamroth.
exactly. But still, like, and by the way, also Shadow Lengthens is a defensive card. Like, is you can defend with that card as well, and it was not played. Only Shadow Gathers, I think.
Yeah.
Pelagia, character card, and see. Foul Stench. What? Why? Is this?
I think cycling with the Witch King.
Is there a Witch King there? Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah, the Witch King's there. I think the plan was
3 hits, 2 hits back. Okay.
since there are 2 red tiles still out.
Press and draw. You want to stay and play advantageous position? Don't know. Was Giliath. I dig that. Faramis Rangers was already used, no? Some time ago.
It was used for combat in Lorien.
Yeah, yeah. Oh well. Yeah, I don't dislike generic pie comment. Clearing out Minas Tirith, and just going on a suicide mission tomorrow might be the best bet. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Mordor track is going to be a good bet. So
You don't have companions though.
I think you're more likely to win on attacking Mordor than on the track.
If you step into fire and then you draw into Bilbo's song, everything changes. By the way.
Yeah, that happens, but then
It's still not okay, but oh right, Smeagol App's nice master. Let's go. This is nice.
okay, another blue tile.
Yep.
That's
Shelob Slayer. Sure.
I think that's going to be and Shelob though.
Oh,
So then,
if this game ends
all
on a
that's left
Shelob,
is,
I'm gonna be so
on the ones.
disappointed. So disappointed if this game ends on a Shelob.
Shelob 5+ is lethal.
So disappointed.
Did Mole hide this turn?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for, Generic Pie. 4 consecutive blue ties. I think he hit this turn. I think this has been a long turn. I could be
Lancer and
wrong.
Mokanine say nope.
Or maybe that was the previous one. I don't remember exactly.
And then I think
Is it
that Mole would have.
to move with the ring?
Then, if you were in Mole's position, would you move or would you take the corruption?
No, I think it sounds a good idea to take the corruption, but then like it's just a slow and delay of the inevitable. I think you have to move. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles, 5 tiles. Okay, 4 tiles that for sure they kill you instantly, over 12. There is Shelob that could kill you instantly, but it's not given. So I would take those chances.
Eyes only kill you instantly if
Well, yes,
they
if,
have
yeah,
lure,
sure.
which you
Yeah.
probably do.
Okay, but I would take those chances.
It is theoretically possible to survive an eye.
Yeah, so also given that, I would probably move.
Yeah. Yorick says need to trust luck at some point. Okay, when Yorick says you
Yeah,
need to
exactly. I
trust
was going
luck,
to say that's a
you
big
need to trust
statement.
luck.
That's a big statement coming from Yorick. But sure, Yorick. Yeah, I agree.
CircleDakkon confirmed that Mole has not moved her head yet, so
Yeah. Now I think you want to move because if you don't move, I mean,
can we just all advise Mole to just go vent for VP? That way I mean that way they'll win.
yeah, you need to move. I agree. Like you cannot wait. You have to go for it. It can only get worse. Like it's already bad. It's already bad, bad, bad. It can only get worse if you don't move. By the way, guys, you're being wonderful. Like the chat is going crazy. Oh, Candle of
Oh,
Corpse
out
is.
comes
And no,
Scandal.
it's
One
one.
hit.
Oh God.
That
Oh
means
no. Oh no.
ouch.
Ouch.
That does mean the eyes are now actually lethal, no need for lure.
But I still think you have to move. Yeah. Yeah, he has to move anyway. Because next round, even if there are
Yeah.
only tries in the hand pool, with the eye is GG anyway. So yeah, go for it. Let's see. No, no,
No.
so disappointing. So disappointing. So sad.
Congratulations to CircleDakkon.
Yeah, I mean, well, yes, we have a new champion, but this hand is very bitter. God.
Oh,
Oh god. Oh well.
yeah, epic game.
Oh well, anyway. So, CircleDakkon new world champion. And Mole to second place.
I think. Do you want to ask Mole to undeafen, and then I can give them the commentator role if they want to say anything?
You already asked that, so he can speak. So yes, maybe we can invite him over. I don't know about CircleDakkon. Let me text him.
And we can also ask CircleDakkon if they want to say anything.
Okay, just texted. Let's see what they reply. Man, I was hoping for the three people. I have to say, I'm very happy for CircleDakkon. He joined our community for the first time something like 6 months ago, and or around that. And after that, he has just grinded like mad, and he has been doing quite good also in the Italian Championship. He didn't win that. He didn't win that, unfortunately for him. But yes, at least he, he won World Championship. So what can you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, Moore cannot join us because he has some problems in the house that he has to go to solve immediately. But
We can ask CircleDakkon if they want to say anything.
yeah, let me see if I can text him. Unfortunately, he's not the guy who answers immediately, but let's see. Let's see. Anyway, but that was a nice roller coaster of emotions, at least for me. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, wow. Yeah.
That was a.
By the way, in the meantime, do we want also to mention the next international championship organized by you?
Uh, I mean, if you just mentioned it, there's also the Loam tournament finale that's coming up soon.
That's right as well. But I wanted to mention that because registration are closing on the 1st of October. So if you didn't know about that and you still want to register, uh, where can they find it? I think it's in a tournament announcement,
In
no?
tournament announcements, somebody wants the link, you can also put it in there. And it is WOM. So if you don't want to play WOM, please don't register if you don't like WOM.
Yeah. And CircleDakkon is
Lancer
going
says
to
the time of
join.
base is over, the time of WOM has come. Yes, a new expansion is rising, its victory is at hand.
And CircleDakkon
Until
is
Comb comes and
going.
destroys it.
Can you see it in the chat because it doesn't have the? It's going to join quite soon, CircleDakkon. I don't see the. Because I think if he wants to talk, he needs the stream role. So somebody needs to give it to
I
him.
can give CircleDakkon the streamer role once. If CircleDakkon joins this chat, I can give CircleDakkon the streamer
Yeah,
role.
yeah, it's
Or
like
you can as
joining
well.
in 1 minute. He said so, something like that.
All right. Well, if you wanna, I could also temporarily change the channel permissions so that everybody could speak. But I think just having it so that CircleDakkon can is better.
I would wait for him to join, and then if anybody else wants to add anything else, like we can do that. I mean, we can do it now, but I don't know if we can unmute everybody and then mute them again. Like, not that I want to be
Uh,
an authoritarian
it's not
figure here, but
unmute everybody. It's I would just edit the channel permissions,
okay.
and then I would just have to edit them back. Uh, do you people want to speak, or are you fine with just the chat? Okay, Lancer thinks chat is better.
Ah, commentator says Summer McLovin is the role that should be used to let people talk in them. So we have to give him the commentator role. Ah, CircleDakkon is in
Yeah.
the chat.
CircleDakkon, commentator role incoming.
Hang there
Where
one
is
minute,
it?
buddy.
Okay, CircleDakkon, you should be able to unmute yourself now.
Michele, riesci a sentirci? Mm. Maybe give him both for the moment, the stream and the other one, and then we can take away something to see, because I'm not sure if it's.
Hey. CircleDakkon. Okay, what it is I ran into this issue before. You need to leave the voice channel and come back for it to take effect.
Okay. Hello, CircleDakkon, how are
Okay.
you? He cannot speak. Oh god, there is still problem.
CircleDakkon is not muted, so.
Yeah, I don't.
Can you?
Ah, now yes, now we can hear you. Perfect,
Okay, I had a microphone problem. Sorry.
no problem. Man, new world champion. How do you feel?
Uh, I don't know. Kinda normal. I mean, I'm happy I won, but yeah, I had some thoughts about like competition recently, and yeah, I also thought, as I said in the chat, or maybe this was not visible. Yeah, in one of the chats with Mol, I also said that it was kind of sad that one of us was gonna be just second after making it like that far into the tournament. Yeah, but overall, yeah, I'm happier than if I'd lost, I guess.
Sure, I understand that. And yeah, I was wondering if we had maybe some question that we can ask to you from both us commentators or from the people watching regarding the game. I have one question to ask you. it was impossible to us, impossible to watch your hand as a shadow player. But that siege on Dol Amroth like took a very, very long time. Now, of course, there were the companions. There was Gandalf the White. But I also saw that you were not playing that many combat cards there, or at least strategy cards. Was that deliberate, or like your hand was full of not useful cards?
So when I the turn that I had the giant army,
Yeah.
when I thought, well, I can actually I can finally kill Gandalf. I had, I think, 2 strategy cards, Desperate Battle and Great Host. I played Desperate Battle on round 1, and I drew another Great Host. But Maul rolled a lot of hits and stayed at 5 units in the siege.
Yeah.
And so, I was never, I was never able to trigger the Great Hosts, and that's why I decided to go no card for a while to see if I was gonna roll some 6s maybe, so that he was not gonna be at 5 units in the siege anymore. But that never happened, because I think that in the second or third round, I rolled no hits, and he rolled 2 or 3 back. I was never able to trigger the 2 Great Hosts that I had in hand. And I think I wanted to save my character cards, and maybe they weren't even strong in combat anyway.
Okay, yeah, I see. And do you have other questions, Vanali? That's the main one that I wanted to ask him about.
If you only had the 2 cards there, and then we were debating for a while, after Dol Amroth, what would you do for 10 in the event that corruption didn't work out? Yeah, Lancer just asked the same question. Did you have a plan for the other victory points?
No, after the Fellowship reached Mordor, I was mostly focused on corruption. The point of taking Dol Amroth was simply to deny the Gandalf die, and I didn't have a plan for 10 victory points. I was just focused on not letting 3 people get a military win, so that they could simply stop moving the Fellowship, and trying to get as many red tiles in as possible, because in the end 3 people managed to get all their 4 tiles, while I didn't even get my last tile in, despite the fact that I was cycling cards with the Witch King.
But were you have you had in hand something like a Rage of the Dalendix? Was Rivendell ever in your head?
So after Círdan Ships was played, I realized, I noticed that the Elven pool wasn't. It was almost empty. I think there was only 1 elite left.
Exactly.
And so, in my mind, I took a mental note of that, and I thought, well, if at some point I want to go for victory points, I know I can just go for the elves.
Okay, we also have other questions from the guys in the chat. So Cello Jim is asking you, our last Italian champion, which was Pacha, left after lots of continuous games. Do you think you will go on playing, or you feel satisfied for a while? To be fair, Pacha kind of left the game. I'm not sure if he will be back in some future, but for the moment it's done. After winning Italian championship and being set quite good on the international ladder. But wondering if you're going to do the same kind of things. Maybe you're done.
Well, I still like the game. I noticed I don't like competition that much actually. So
Which is weird.
I don't
it's
know
ironic.
how many tournaments I'll play. I would like to try Lome next year, so maybe I'll play the Lome tournament. Because I've played some games of Wome, Warriors of Middle-earth, and those were very fun. So yeah, I was thinking of learning Lome at some point and maybe playing in either like the Lome tournament or Lome plus Wome. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I'll still play the World Tournament next year. Yeah, I don't think I'll leave completely, but you'll never know.
Sure.
Sure.
And
Lancer in the chat also asked if you think that the Free Peoples had a chance militarily if they had charged into Mordor with the army in Minas Tirith and Osgiliath.
I thought about that many times. Like I was keeping an eye on how many units they had in Minas Tirith and around Minas Tirith. And that's also why like I wasn't I was a bit scared of leaving Ombar completely empty. Yeah, maybe that was a better option than trying to go for a ring victory, but I'm not sure. Like as I wrote in the chat, I'm not used to playing for corruption. Like I haven't seen that many games played for corruption, and so I do not have a clear idea of who is favorite when the hunt pool is so colorful, all blue and red.
well,
I think blue tiles and red tiles kind of cancel each other.
Yeah.
But then I guess it becomes very, very luck dependent.
I think overall it was clearly quite bad for the Free People, but I see your point. Like if you drew into some blue tiles, like you don't know like what's going to happen. Yeah, by the way, Dr. Boson is also asking like if you consider, I think you mentioned it, like if you're also considering that army in Minas Tirith and Minas Gilead charging into Hambar, like not only Minas Morgul, but I think you addressed that.
Yeah, I was considering it.
Did you have cards like many kings in hands, or?
No, I think I never drew many kings.
Oh, okay, that's funny. Or
Did you ever
Horde from
draw
the East.
something like Horde from the East?
Yeah.
I can't remember if I drew Horde from the East. Maybe I've seen only 2 Deadly Strife. One was still in my hand, and one was Corsairs. So maybe I haven't drawn. Yeah, I had returned to Valinor at the end of the game. Yeah, so I think I haven't drawn Horde from the East, which is the last Deadly Strife.
We're seeing Lancer typing. Maybe, we don't know, maybe another question. Let's see. Another question that I wanted to ask you. Did you want to go as Shadow, or were you planning to go as Free People?
I would have accepted 2 tokens as Free People.
You would have accepted.
So let's say if Maul started at 0, I've offered 1, and then if he had offered 2, I would have accepted.
Okay. Okay, right. Lancer is saying.
Oh, Lancer's going to ask if you were going to play Return to Valinor for the card effect as a joke.
No.
All right. So, unless there are other questions, I think that's it. Thanks a lot for participating in this post-game interview, CircleDakkon. Congratulations again on the title.
Yeah, thank you. Just like don't take this game as an exemplary game, because like I kinda have no clue whether I did good decisions or not.
I think you did good. I think you did good. I was very good actually. I think I was thinking of going to Minas Tirith, but then you went to Dolamarov. But that's the only thing that I would have done differently. And who knows, like if that was would have been better. So from my point of view,
And
you
then-
did perfectly.
Minas Tirith versus Dolamarov was also a big debate in the chat too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, I had already conquered Lawrence, so I knew that Kirdan ships was a possibility. The point was that like my opponent could even be bluffing, and I thought, well, if I still go for the Lamarov, they'll have to show that they have Kirdan ships, and then if I manage to get enough victory points quickly enough, I can switch to going to going for a military victory and go for the elves if Kirdan ships is played. And so I thought that even if I go for the Lamarov and they have Kirdan ships, I thought it would not be that bad. However, the combat went terribly afterwards, so yeah, maybe not the best decision.
I have to confess, CircleDakkon, like I was supporting those Gondorian regulars too much. I was too happy for them. Those 5s, those 6s were like, let's go. But okay, yes.
Yeah, and also my reasoning was that it was still mostly a corruption game, and I thought that if I'm not sure 3 people had a Palantir, but I think it was a Palantir, and so I also thought if they have to play Kirdan ships, it is also a die that they're not gonna use to draw a character card. So it is still kinda useful for corruption.
I see. Okay. Well, I think that's it. Congratulations and thanks again.
yes, thank you and congratulations on your position as the tournament winner.
Congratulations
Thank you.
to Mol as well,
Thank you.
second player. And is it? I think like I didn't watch the last 2 game battle reports from Ira. Is still like, do we have a third like a winner of the bronze match or already? Maybe we don't want to spoil
I think
it here.
that's going to a game 3.
Okay, that's cool. So we're gonna see between Saved by Him and Ira who's going to take the third place.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's not. Okay, well, it's
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I
Sure.
misremembered then.
Not sure who won there. I guess we can find out by ourselves, or we want to spoil for everybody. I uploaded all the videos. Okay, let's go check them out then. Thanks everybody for having participated in this stream. You have been a good sport. Thanks to Vanali, super commentator.
Yes. Thank you.
And yeah, see ya to next year. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.